All right, you guys, let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to pull up codeplay.com. All right, so if you guys haven't checked this out, this is codeplay.com, CODEPLY.com. And it's a great little website to be able to test out your code. So, okay, let's give some background of what we're going to be doing. So this example we're going to be doing is based upon whether or not a year is a leap year. And we're going to create a prompt to have the user enter a year number. And the background math behind it is like as follows. So if a year is divisible by 4, it is, and without any remainder. So if it divides evenly by 4, then it is a leap year, unless it's also divisible by 100. And then it's not a leap year, unless it's also divisible by 400, and then there once again it is a leap year. So we're going to create ourselves a prompt. We're going to get an input from the user, and then we're going to do some if-else statements to define whether or not it's a leap year. So let's get into it, guys. All right, so first we're going to create a variable, and we're going to call it, we're going to call it year, and we're going to do a prompt. And we're going to say, please give me a year, and I will tell you if it is a leap year. And now with the semicolon, and we're going to come down, we're going to begin our if-else statements. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is if year modulo 4, and for those of you who don't know what modulo is, modulo simply gives us the remainder after a division. So if there's a remainder of 2, let's say we divide 10 by 4. Excuse me. If we divide 10 by 4 and it leaves 2 left over, then 10 modulo 4 would give us the answer of 2. So it gives us the remainder of what the division is. All right, so if year modulo 4 is equal to, and we use the triple equal signs, which triple equal signs for if-else statements will compare the two numbers. We'll compare 2 data types, really. So it's comparing the data itself and the data type. So if we just did 2 equal signs, I believe it can compare just the data without checking the data type. So if there's a string that is the number 4, and then there's actually a number 4, it won't check, I don't believe, whether or not it is a different data type, but 3 equal signs will actually compare the data type as well. So we're going to use that to give more specific. All right, so let's get back into it. So year, the variable year, modulo 4, if it leaves no remainder, so 0, then we're going to say, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go down to our else statement first. And that's how it was taught to me. And I'll be honest, it took me a while to get this. I kept messing it up, and it confused the heck out of me. But we are able to do it now, and we'll hope it works. All right. So basically, we're going to say, if the modulo of year divided by 4 is equal to 0, then it's true, then we're good to go. But if it's not, we'll give an else statement, right? If it's not, then we know for a fact that it is not a leap year. So we're going to give an alert to the user to say, this is not a leap year. All right, and now with the semicolon. And then we're going to come back up here and say, so if it's true, then we got to move on to our next phase, which is checking to see if it's divisible by 100. So if year modulo 100 leaves no remainder, so if the modulo is equivalent to 0, then we know that, let me just lost my train of thought. So wait, if it's divisible by 4 evenly, then we're good to go to the next step, which is if it's divisible by 100. If it's divisible by 100, then we're going to move on. But, oops. But if it's not divisible by 100 and it's divisible by 4, then we know for a fact that that it is actually a, am I doing this right? Oh, we got to do our else statement. So if it's not divisible by 100 and it's divisible by 4, then we know we want to return an alert saying this is a leap year, okay? And that with our semicolon. But if it is divisible by 100 and it's divisible by 4 first, then we got to move on to check, because at this point it could be not a leap year. So we go on to our next test, which is if year, the variable year, is divisible by 400 with no remainder, then at that point it is actually a leap year. But we got to do our else statement. If it's not divisible by 400, but it is divisible by 4 and 100, then we have to give our alert. That simply states this is not a leap year. Okay? And finally, we got to go back up here and we got to complete our statement. If it's divisible by 4, it's also divisible by 100, and it's divisible by 400, then we need to do our final alert, which states that this is a leap year. Yar? This is a leap year. All right, so this is a leap year. And I'll give a little exclamation mark. And that with a semicolon. And that should be it, you guys. That should be our little function, our little code. So as you see, there's no errors, thank goodness. Let's go ahead and save that. And we'll play it. Let's see what happens. Does it work? What did I do wrong? Why doesn't it give me a prompt? What did I mess up once again? Did I mess anything up, you guys? Oh, come on. Oh, saying I'm offline? No. HTTP error. All right, so let's just copy this code in case we get offline. Let's refresh this. Yes, we'd like to reload the site. HTTP server error. What's going on, you guys? It's showing that we're online. It is showing that my battery's dying. Let's pull it up in Atom. Come on, come on. Always when I'm trying to do something good for you guys, it's messing me up. See if we can get back on the Chrome. An error occurred. What is going on? This is nuts. Never had this happen. Only when I'm trying to work with you guys. Messing me up. You know, the funny thing is I literally just paid these guys. I just paid these guys. And I've been using the free version the whole time. I finally gave them a few bucks, and now suddenly it doesn't want to work. Come on. Maybe I got too many tabs open. I got a million tabs open. Let's close out some of these tabs. All right, there's our code play. All right, let's go back to our dashboard. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I apologize once again. It's been last couple of weeks have been insane for me. I'm actually moving out of my house and a new place, and I meant to bring you guys a video every single day. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay, so this is actually my old. No, this is the new one. So this is working. All right, so let's go ahead. So check it out. So right away it says, "Give me a year, and I will tell you if it is a leap year." So we'll give this year, which we know is a leap year, and this is a leap year. Let's see if I can stretch this out a little bit. Whoa. All right, so let's go ahead and play it again. Give me a year and I will tell you if it's a leap year. Let's give last year's. Boom, this is not a leap year. Let's pick another one that's divisible by 4. Let's try 2016. That's a leap year. All right, let's try 2008. Leap year again. So all these are divisible by 4. Let's try 2000. Another leap year. All right, so as you guys can see, this code works. And if you guys want to copy it, feel free, just for fun. Yeah, that's about it for this. What else? What else did we get into? Let's go ahead and mess around for some more. Let's pull up another playground. All right, so here's something that messed me up when I first learned it. Oh, come on. All right, so check this out. This is incremental and decremental operators. So we're going to say variable x equals 10, okay? And then we'll say variable y equals x plus plus. And let's see, how do we do this? Do we do, oops. Can we do that? I think I got to do that. And do that as well. So let's see if this brings it up. All right, so as you can see, those of you guys who know this, you're going to say, Doug, Greg, you know, I mean, we already know this is obvious. But what messed me up about incrementals and decrementals is where the plus signs come about, go in the equation. So those who don't know what incremental and decremental operators are, it's these plus signs or minus signs. And when you add two pluses, it just is the same as saying plus one. So if we were to do, again, let's see. So basically think of it like this. So we're defining x as the number 10. And then we're saying that y is equal to x plus plus. Now, when it was explained to me at first, it was saying when you do x plus plus, you're adding 1 to x. And that was also told you could put it beforehand, plus plus x. What I was not told at first is that it makes a difference where the plus plus is. So basically in this variable defining of this y variable, when we say y equals x plus plus, we're actually saying y is equal to x, but then the next time we use x, it's going to be 11. So y is not equal to 11, y is equal to 10, but the next time we do anything with x, it's going to be 11. Now, if we were to do plus plus x, then it should give us 11, because if you put the plus signs before the variable, then it will actually add it before we put it into the equation. So yeah, there you go, 11. So man, oh man, I know it's something simple for you guys who already know it, but it really threw me off at first, and it kind of made me frustrated, because the way it was explained to me at first was that the incrementals is the same thing as just saying plus 1. So when I was seeing y equals x plus plus, I was thinking, well, then obviously y equals 11, but no, then it was only afterwards that it was explained to me that when you do an x plus plus in a equation defining another variable, then we're defining the variable y by x before the addition of the 1. And it still didn't make sense to me why you would ever think that way, why you would ever do that. And then it was explained to me that in a loop function, you might actually want to get y as the previous value of x before we add on 1 more to x. And then if it's looping, then it's always going to give us the previous value of x for y. And then x is always going to increase by whatever amount we increase it by for the next go around of the loop. And these are things that I actually haven't learned yet too much about loops. But anyway, that's about it. Just want to show you guys that, so in case that's tripping you up at all. When you add plus plus after the variable, then, and we're defining something else by that x plus plus, then we're going to use the previous value of x. And the next time we use x, it'll become 11, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you helped you at all. Keep on coding, and we'll keep letting you know how our boot camp is going. It's really been going great. We're going to be getting into more JavaScript, and then eventually into back-end development. And so, yeah, you guys, will do our best to at least do 1 video a week to keep you abreast of what's going on. So lots more that we've been doing, but I just want to give you guys the lowdown on the functions and the if-else statements, as well as this incremental and decremental operators. So once again, I hope you guys liked it. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we'll see you the next time. This is your brother Greg Ward from Code Enlightened. Have a great day. Peace.